This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory where heroes are made.
Brilliant! Absolutely first class.
29 tournaments spanning 18 countries. It's a 10-month campaign to determine the very brightest prospects in golf.
He hasn't, has he? Oh, my goodness. What a way to do it.
Along the way, a chance for the class of 2023 to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
Oh, nice.
Finish the season in the top 20 on the road to Majorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. That's the dream shared by all who compete on the Challenge Tour. Over the course of a full season on the Challenge Tour, our intrepid players will travel through 3 continents, experiencing some of the finest sights on offer around the world. Of all the backdrops they'll encounter in 2023, though, they'll do well to top this one, the 3rd event of the campaign, seeing us well and truly in safari country. Our eager contenders have arrived in Limpopo, South Africa, and the locals have turned out in force to welcome them. The stunning Zabula Golf Estate and Spa is our venue this week, a typical bushveld layout measuring almost 7,000 metres from the championship, or elephant tees as they're known in these parts.
Not many people can say they've played a round of golf in the wild. It's awesome to see the wildlife out here. Going back home, we don't really get that. We get a few squirrels and things like that, but to see zebras and giraffes, you have to appreciate and just not take for granted and realise how lucky we actually are.
This is something you won't see all around the world. So for me to come here this week and experience everything outside of the golf course makes the golf itself good as well. Last year at this event, got myself into a playoff, but Clement snatched it from me, but it was great playing. I've got some good memories, got a good feel about this course, so I'm going to give it what I can.
It'd be great to win this week. Everyone wants to win here. It's so competitive out here on the Challenge Tour. It'd be great to win at this venue, especially as it's a pretty special place.
Just being here, it's already a good space to be in, so I'm looking forward to the week.
Yes, a great stage on which to perform with some potential redemption on the cards for Conradi, as a win here this week could make all the difference. Just ask Benjamin Follett-Smith, winner of our opening event this season and sitting on top of the rankings. After back-to-back top 10 finishers, Hugo Cousseau is handily placed in 3rd spot. Lots of players are figuring from the host nation, of course, and there's a fair sprinkling of Spanish interest too. After just 2 events, though, there's lots of movement inside the top 20. For now, Ivan Cantero Gutierrez occupies what will become that all-important 20th position. And so, as our South African swing continues to showcase not only this spectacular country, but also the beautiful game of golf, it's time to get this week's event underway, in the company of Kit Alexander.
Marco Penge, 2 under par. Long look for birdie here on 13. A little bit of movement just here. Oh, that's brilliant. Right into the heart of the hole for birdie for Marco Penge, feeding off fond memories from last year. Finished 4th 12 months ago on his return from injury. Hugo Cousseau riding the crest of a wave and keeps on riding it with the birdie there. 2nd and 6th in the first 2 events of this season for the Frenchman. Penge has just gone bogey, bogey. Good chance here on 18, though. It's a scoreable hole. And that's a beautiful shot from Penge over the water, and he is putting for eagle. And the little gazelle certainly enjoyed it, not too concerned while that ball was in the air. Ruben Conradi, bogey free to this point, got work to do here though. Oh, go on. Oh, what a way to keep your card clean. Well worth the little smile there, Mr. Conradi. And now Penge to get those 2 drop shots on 16 and 17 right back. And that's exactly what he does. A very good 68 for the 24-year-old to start the week here.
Yes, a great way for our featured group to finish, but day one was far from over. JJ Senecal was storming along, 8 under through his opening 11 holes.
The man on fire out on the golf course. Another good look here. Oh, and that is what it feels like to be in total control of your golf game.
Yes, Senecal, the talk of the course, and in the zone. And the ensuing putt was only going in one place. Another birdie at his last hole too would see JJ take a commanding first-round lead at 10 under par. Those lurking behind him would already need to find something special in round 2 to catch him.
Alfie Plant, this is 4th shot from the back of 18. It's quick from here. With a little dump and run. He's judged that really nicely. I think we can give him that, and that would be a pair of 67s to start for the 2-time Challenge Tour winner. This is the man to catch, though. Senecal, already 4 birdies and no drop shots to this point. Oh, looking it up and down, he likes it. And that is why, oh, it nearly goes in. Magnificent approach from the leader.
Well, that brilliant shot set up probably the easiest eagle putt anyone would have all week at the 15th. A rare drop shot at 17 saw JJ Senecal finish his opening 36 holes at 15 under, a barnstorming start from the South African. Taking a closer look at the halfway leaderboard, we can see that Senecal has taken a commanding lead. Martin Vorster, his closest rival, still 4 shots back. Now, as we all know, golf course defences come in many shapes and sizes, and the 2023 season promises plenty of the usual sand and water. But here in Zabula, you need to keep your eyes peeled for other potential hazards.
Zabula offers a bit of a unique experience to keeping it on the fairways. You've got some slithery friends out there that you want to try and avoid, and it offers that close-up encounter for the guys that are coming from the European side of the tour. It gives them that experience that they've never had before, where you can get close to the animals.
It's an experience before, being a golf tournament, I would say. Nothing that you'd ever experience at any other parts of the world.
Back at home, you might see a moose, you might see people out walking the dogs. This is different. I came up on 9 yesterday, and there were 12 impalas just walking across. I think it's so cool and kind of experience that you will never ever see at home.
We're a golf estate with animals on property. We don't hunt, so these guys can go out in the morning early for a jog and run across some animals which are not going to be any danger to them.
Yesterday morning, there was a frog in my shoe. I put my foot in and I got really scared, so I kicked the shoe and the frog. I didn't kill it. That was basically like a welcome to the bush for me.
For us, it leaves a footprint where they will always remember Zabula, and that's the main thing. We want the guys to come back with their families and just enjoy the bushveld as it's supposed to be enjoyed.
Yes, the venue this week is a very special place where golf and nature merge to form a perfect partnership. Well, with the first 36 holes in the bush ticked off, it's time for the weekend to get underway. The players keen to tame the golf course, and out there for us, eager to spot the birdies and dodge the raindrops, Kit Alexander.
Well, the chasing pack are going to need plenty of birdies and eagles to chase the leader, and Scalise has a good look at the first. Brilliant opening birdie for the Italian, exactly what he needed to move to 9 under par. And this is the man with the target on his back. JJ Senecal, solid par at the first, choosing to go in 3 here on the par 5 second, and you can see why. The wedge game has been brilliant all week. Well, Manuel Elvira, 6 under today. Oh, let's make that 7 under, shall we? A real move from the Spaniard. Finished 56th on the road to Majorca last season, but has made a really bright start to the year down in South Africa. Senecal to go to 16 under. And of course he does. He is not going to go backwards. Showing no signs of nerves. They're going to have to catch him, and Peter Mullman is making a good fist of it. 5 under so far today. This is approaching to 16. And it will be another birdie look for the man who won the Fortress Invitational on the Sunshine Tour last October.
Yes, fine control from Mullman. A sublime approach with a solid putt to match. Another gain at the last saw him in the clubhouse at a healthy 14 under par.
Martin Forster is playing alongside JJ Senecal, so he can see the man he's chasing, and he's playing well. And that is a superb approach into the 14th. He would tap that in for the birdie. Wow, fantastic wildlife here at Zabula. All eyes on JJ Senecal now, though. He's got this to match the birdie of his playing partner from a lot further away. Oh, well, that is simply magnificent.
Yet more impressive stuff from the South African. And another pinpoint approach to the last set up a final birdie and a third round 69.
It wasn't the best round of golf I've ever played. From tee to green, it was pretty good. I think I had 10 fairways and only missed, I think, 2 greens. I was expecting people to charge, and that's what they did. I see Casey played a nice round that maybe had a bad finish, but it was a good round of golf. And I managed to keep myself in it, and we've got a shot tomorrow.
Well, Saturday isn't called moving day in golf for nothing. He was right to expect his rivals to pile the pressure on. The South Africans swarming all over the top of the leaderboard. Casey Jarvis closing the gap to just 2. After the break, a daring duo take the quad bike ride of a lifetime.
So nice that you can kind of get so close to the animals. Fantastic.
Unbelievable, eh?
And we reveal who'll emerge with the silverware in South Africa. Welcome back to Limpopo in South Africa, home to the beautiful Zabula Golf Estate and Spa, where wildlife and golf live in perfect harmony, side by side. And as the stage gets set for a dramatic final day, a couple of our intrepid Challenge Tour hopefuls had sights set on a spot of adventure, South African style.
Hey, man.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you.
I'm Phineas.
How's it going, Martin?
Okay, nice to meet you guys.
I'd say I'm fairly adventurous. I kind of surf a little bit when I'm at home, ride mountain bikes, but in terms of quad biking, not so much. But an experience like today, it doesn't come around too often.
Turn on.
I promised myself this year I would try to do more stuff like this. I felt like it would be a real shame to see the world, but not see the world, if you know what I mean. We've been to every course around the world. We've not really seen what's outside the gates in that way.
Okay, that's it. Red hearts are pierced. All right.
It's a special place, isn't it? You're playing right over there, animals here, beautiful, stunning scenery, quads, perfect.
Hey guys, how are you
Finished.
finding this place?
No, unbelievable, eh?
It's fantastic. It's so nice that you can kind of get so close to the animals.
Yeah,
It makes it even more special.
Yeah.
Denmark has some other things to offer, but of course,
Definitely not this.
but definitely not this. Okay, guys, shall we?
Yeah, I think it's time to go, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe you drive ahead and then we'll go back. We'll go back that way. You can kind of look up and just see what's around you. I think it takes a little bit of pressure off the golf side of things, and that's what I'll take into this week and just try have as much fun as possible, yeah.
Mentally, this is fantastic. Tournament golf sometimes can be obviously tiring, but it's just really important that you feel like you get a bit more of a break. My game at the moment is showing some positive signs. Some decision making has been a bit doubtful, but I'm looking forward to getting out there with a bit more aggressive mindset.
Challenge Tour events are extremely important for us Sunshine Tour players, and an amazing opportunity to play yourself into Europe, make the next step and get onto a bigger stage. Last week there were a lot of positives in my game, so I'm looking forward to the week.
It's so different to what we experienced back home. It was really cool and a hell of an experience. On the golf course as well, you need to switch on and off, and this helps. And I think that's what I'm going to take to the course this week.
Ben, it's been an amazing afternoon. We've seen Game, we've seen Zabula. We're on the Zabula runway now, so I think it would be a fitting way to end this day if we test these quads out and we head further down the runway and have a bit of a race.
I agree. Let's do it.
All right, let's go, man. I don't know what. I honestly don't know.
Well, let's call it a tie, shall we? But truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, so much for pleasure, it's back to business now, as the SDC Open hurtles towards the finish. And guiding us through the closing drama, Kit Alexander.
Sweden's Adam Blomé, a runner-up last week. Opting for the putter here from quite a long way off the green. Correct decision. Brilliant eagle at the second. Scalise, 3 birdies in his opening 5 holes. He's on the charge. 3rd shot into the par 5 6th on its way. And an excellent opportunity to make it 4 birdies in the first third of his final round. Casey Jarvis now, 19-year-old South African. Huge hopes for this very talented youngster. No eagle, but I think we can give him the birdie there. He was the first back-to-back winner of the African Amateur Stroke Play Championship in 2021 and 2022. A pro now off the back of a scintillating amateur career. Scalise for his 4th birdie in the opening 6. And that's exactly what he does. So a nice move from the Italian. Martin Vorster just falling off the pace a little early in this final round. Needs to find something. Birdie on 6. Is that what he needs to kickstart a final round challenge?
Well, JJ Senecal was also looking for a flying start, and he was also quickly out of the blocks in his final round. The 54-hole leader birdied his opening 2 holes, though with the chasing pack in hot pursuit, he might just need a few more.
He's not won since 2018, JJ Senecal, but he's had exactly the start he would have wanted today, going out there with a 2-shot lead, building on it. And that is just getting better and better all the time, spinning it back to about 6 feet for the birdie.
And it was duly converted. JJ Senecal continuing to keep a tight grip on the tournament. His rivals were lying in wait, though, and weren't about to give up the chase.
Moolman, hot off a eagle on 15. Beautiful control with the wedge there. That looks like he'll follow that eagle with a birdie at 16 to get within 4 of the lead. Jarvis, another man to have eagled 16. This putt will get him within 1. Outside chance, but it's tracking. Oh, brilliant from Casey Jarvis. Huge fist pump, and now we've got a tournament.
Casey would, unfortunately, bogey the 17th, and with JJ pocketing a birdie, there would be a two-shot swing. Now, only one hole stood between our leader and victory.
Senecal's in ideal position after 2 shots on this par 5 closing hole. He's been good with these wedges all week. Oh, and he doesn't disappoint on the final hole. What a way to finish this tournament. He is going to be your winner very soon. Prinsloo now, slow start, level par front 9. This is 4th on 18. Oh, but he's found the bottom of the cup. That completes a good back 9 of 4 under par for him, giving the fans something to really cheer around this final green. And now Senecal for a closing birdie to move to 25 under par. And that is an absolutely romping victory, the appropriate way to finish a magnificent wire-to-wire win for the 35-year-old South African. What a performance.
Yes, a long time coming, but a fine display to uncork those well-deserved celebrations in front of home supporters too. And as you can see, the final leaderboard dominated by home talent. A quartet of locals filling the top spots, but overshadowing them all in the South African sun, JJ Senecal.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2023 SDC Open champion, JJ Senecal.
Feels amazing. It's been 5 years since my last win, and I know there was COVID in between all of that, but it was hard work for a year and a half almost, and finally to get it done is a great feeling.
Yes, patience paying off, perseverance the key, a trophy to take home after a week to remember at the Zabula Golf Estate and Spa. So let's see how the week's drama has affected things for those involved on our road to Majorca rankings. Adam Blameer's thriving on our South African swing. Another top 10 finish sees him take over at the summit from Benjamin Follett-Smith. Casey Jarvis and Peter Mullman among other players to profit, with Jaco Prinsloo soaring 72 spots into the top 10. Good weeks too for the likes of Bradley Borden and Lorenzo Scalise, who both made significant strides up the rankings, and clinging on to what will eventually be the final promotion place, Yorab Premlal. But there is, of course, an awful long way to go. And so concludes our stay in Limpopo, a true treasure in the golfing calendar. Don't worry though, we still have one more week left on our South African Odyssey. Next stop, the Nelson Mandela Bay Championship at Humewood Golf Club in Port Elizabeth, the perfect place to conclude an opening 4-week stretch. Join us next week then, as the battle for promotion to the DP World Tour continues.